Yo, 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 and away we go. My God, it's been a while since I've been on here. And it looks like I've moved locations a little bit here. Trying something new out here. Oh, I guess you guys want to see it, though. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mike the Ref Twitch stream. I guess ringside edition here for December 20th, 2023. Trying out a few of the new toys that I got, makeshift. Thank you for the visit. Thank you for the, I don't want to boo all other streamers. You know, there are some great ones out there. Good to see you, my friend. Forgive me for not being on for the last little bit here. Yesterday was just a dog. Like, cramps are no joke, especially when you're a male. Ended up last night, I just didn't get a wink of sleep at all. Got to work on getting some potassium in the body, so I guess I'm going out banana hunting tomorrow. But, yeah, it was a little rough for me here. So I managed to get a couple videos edited. There was a couple additions I wanted to do here, not just what we have here behind me here. What do you guys think of the new background here? I'm trying to change things up a little bit here and make things... I'm trying to figure out how often you should change your stream up in terms of what you're seeing here. And I'm thinking this would be a nice little switch here. I might get a different background, but something similar to this, like a wrestling background for this instead of just the regular TV studio. But I might be using the TV studio for something else. Check out the points. The universal points goal here that we got going forward here at the bottom of the screen if you're watching on a computer here. But how you guys doing tonight? How is everybody doing? My thoughts have been all over the place here today. It's been a little bit of chaos. And, you know, just as much as we were about to say we're going to just enjoy a day calm with wrestling, and that's about it. Another bombshell drops today with... it appears that Paramount is going to be joining up with Warner Brothers Discovery. So... Hey, Zodiac. It's an RTG meeting here. Good to see everybody here tonight. Good to see you. How is everything going today? Well, I just want to say thank you to you guys for reaching out. Though I put a few things up on socials here about, feeling like crap, but, Skies of Arcadia is going to die today. Oh. Yeah, I know. It sucks that, certain those polls are just so tough. It's why I really don't do much of a Survivor poll when it comes here. I got a list of everything I need to get through, and we're just going to get through it. Like, I know this year we're pretty much staying kosher about what I planned on. We don't have anything really new. Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming with Kayla J here as part of... a co-stream, and I'm not sure exactly what we're doing yet. She told me, oh my God, I'm so excited for this game. And, but I don't know what it is, so we'll see what's going on. Years are requested, it finally makes it, and yeah, I don't know. I've seen, I believe it was Captain N I watched play it, and he was having a lot of fun with it, so I think Skies of Arcadia would be a hell of a fun playthrough. I'll be honest, this RPG month, I could, I throw my vote in. Like, I know you guys wanted Skies of Arcadia, so I just threw it in there because I frankly don't know a lot of them here. And, but yeah, we'll see how that hammers out. Callum, do you think Moxley's winning tonight? Here's a fun one. I'm going to say Mox loses to Jay White. Roosh beats Swerve Strickland, and we end up with a three-way tie on top. Could you imagine how crazy that would be? This Continental Classic, we could have three-way ties going over. Theoretically, over in the blue group on Collision on Saturday, we could end up with a five-way tie for first. Literally a five-way tie for first. That's how close it is on that other side. Like, I think Garcia's the only one that can't win it right now, but everybody else, if the wins fall in the right spots, we could end up here with a 5-way tie on there. What happens if there's a tie? I'd have to go back and look at what the New Japan rules are, but originally it's head-to-head. And I think everybody be tied from there, so I don't know what they're going to have. Is it going to be a sudden death match after that? And not a sudden death match as in Hangman and Swerve. Nothing, anything like that, just, you know. But there is more than likely, if everything adds up here, we're probably going to end up getting Swerve and Mox again next week. Honestly, I think we're going to go right back to the beginning of the same story we had before. I think we're going to get Kingston Moxley here in the final. There's going to be some crazy tie-breaking scenario on the blue side that's going to get Kingston into the final next week. Because don't forget, it's not... There is going to be one match where somebody has to face each other again. Because it's saying you forget about this. This is a round-robin tournament. However, the top 2 make it to the final next Wednesday for each league. Sort of like the ALDS, NLDS for baseball here. So you get one more match on Wednesday with the semifinalists. And then the finals of the tournament is on Saturday at World's End. Which, by the way, we will be doing a watch-along here on the 30th. So please make sure you stop in and say hello while you're around. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will say that because I got a feeling the world title match is going to be a ton of shenanigans. But Samoa Joe's going to win the title because, well, MJF is probably going to be out for a few months. You want to talk about tightness in my muscles, it ends up, you're going to have Moxley and, MJF, who has a torn labrum, which should send him out for a few years. Or a few months, sorry, not a few years. So we could get Swerve versus Moxley again and Eddie Kingston versus Danielson again. If I was a betting man, those are the 2 semifinals I would expect going into this last week. It's going to have to play out. We're going to know by the end of the night who's going to be facing who. Because I'm sure Tony Khan's got some kind of contraption come up about what position, what happens if there's ties. And I honestly feel like they're going to set it up that Rush is going to get his victory here. So there's going to be a potential for a tie. But then Moxley's going to win over... well, I guess that wouldn't work because then it would be... Oh, no. Jay White has to win to bring it... It would be a 3-way tie between Moxley, Swerve, and Rush for that second spot. So, yeah. I think Rush is going to win against Swerve. And then in our main event, it's going to be Jay White and Moxley. Moxley's going to win. And then it's just going to put Swerve and Mox back together next week. But knowing my luck, they're going to put Jay White and... let's see, a 4-way. Moxley, Daniels, Swerve, and Kingston. This tournament format's been going so well, I like to see it play out the way it is. Because I'll say this, I absolutely love the fact that we are getting a tournament near Christmas time where, okay, yeah, they want you to tune in every week, but people are busy around Christmas. So if you don't get a chance to watch every single week, all you have to do is go look at the scorecard. All right, well, these 2 met, and this one won, and this one won, and this one won, and all right, well, that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, okay, well, everybody's going to know today and Saturday are the 2 days you need to watch, right? For me personally, it's going to be tough to watch Saturday because my Bills are taking on the Chargers, so I want to watch that 3,000-0 beatdown. So we should get Kingston versus Moxley the final. Moxley should lose. Yeah, honestly, that's what I think is going to happen. My personal opinion, that's exactly what's going to happen here. And they're not even doing the opening. Let's just throw a match out right now. Who scores 3,000? Charges will be lucky to score 3,000 this decade. I'm sorry, this has to happen here when he's coming out, so. Prince Nana is a national treasure, isn't he? As we open up Dynamite tonight. Does Kingston have to win the rest of his matches to go through? Kingston needs to win and he needs help. It has to be an exact... Like you can see right now, Kingston's got 6 points. He's got to get to 9 and hope that... He's got to hope that Danielson doesn't win against Garcia, I think it is. So if Roosh wins, it ends up being a tie. There's a potential for a 3-way tie for second. This is going to be fun. The only thing that really sucks about this is the fact we're going to get what I would consider a popcorn match. As part of the draw, it ends up being Jay Lethal versus Mark Briscoe. I love the extra pyro. Swerve wins tonight. Moxley loses. Does that mean Swerve is the winner for the Gold League? If Swerve wins and Moxley loses, there's a tie for first, and Moxley still gets first place because he beat Swerve last week. But it'll still be 1-2. It'll be a 3-way tie for second, and I do believe... For what I was reading, I believe it is Swerve that gets second place because of the 3-way tie or something. Either that, or they're gonna have They're gonna have to have a triple threat on Saturday, possibly. Who knows? I thought every match was damn win or go home. So Moxley wins and Swerve loses. If Moxley controls his own fate, no matter what. What I do believe, everything's so twisted here for this. It's like 16 ways of sideways here. If Mox wins, he gets out regardless. If Roosh wins, Roosh could get a shot to face Moxley, I do believe. The winner of this match, I do believe, gets automatically in to the second spot at minimum. Jay White needs to win to force a tiebreaker. Oh yeah, Moxley hasn't lost yet. Everybody else has lost to Moxley. Everyone else has beaten Moxley or lost to Moxley at least. So let's put it this way: there's been a whole lot of math, and there's been basically you go out and just say, "Look, you got to go win your match," and then we go from there. And the one thing I love about this Continental Classic, maybe you guys could let me know too, you haven't had to hear too much from Samoa Joe and MJF. Like, they've had their story points going forward, but really, it's been put on the back burner for quite a bit. Really helps Swerve, Andrade, Brody win this whole thing. I would love it too. I'd love to see somebody different come out. I just find it funny that there's now a path that as early as we started here, by the way, good to see you, Jagger. The earliest story that we saw about this whole event was you had Kingston on one side, Moxley on the other, and best friends. One thing I will say, and it hasn't come into effect yet, and I think it will on Saturday, to be honest. Claudio and Danielson. I honestly feel that we're going to get a tie in that match. We haven't got a tie yet. And I think we will. I bet when Moxley wins, he'll be back watching the monitor to see who's facing. Well, here's the thing. Moxley's probably going to be the main tonight. Because as soon as Moxley's match is done, that's when they determine the semis, right? Well, at least they didn't have to do a full segment about that, right? With the toys part. I don't like how they tried to advertise how much money they made off those tickets at when it came to All In, right? But then when you got these but when you got something like this, a little charity drive, put a little note on there. It's one of my biggest video game tropes. Oh, I love that power slam. One of my biggest video game tropes. When somebody's doing a taunt, why aren't you beating the living crap out of him? So the winner gets 3 championships? Yeah, they get the Continental Championship, as well as the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship and the Ring of Honor World Championship. That's why I think it might end up being Kingston and Moxley once again in the main event there. Or in the final. I would love to see somebody different, but so it just tells me that they're going to go back to the oldest story of the book. One thing I will say, if this ends up being a tie, I'm going to be pissed. Just because it's going to be straight, it's going to be straight even, right? Like, it'll be Moxley versus, well, hell, if White wins, if there's a tie. No, it'll be Strickland Moxley anyway. Think when Eddie Kingston beats Moxley, they will hug it out the end of the match? Maybe. Moxley isn't really a hugging type of person. More of a, he'll acknowledge you that you live, and that's about it. All right, we got our first picture in picture tonight. So how's your week been, everybody? Like, I haven't heard from any of you. Well, hell, I haven't streamed since we did our ranking stream on Saturday, which, by the way, was a lot of fun. And if you didn't get a chance to see me rank all 43 games I played this year, it will be up on the YouTube channel coming up on January 1st. I was actually going to edit it today, but I was too busy trying to knead out my quads to make sure, I can actually sit. Ugh. And for the record, the drink of record tonight is Gatorade, because you get the potassium in you and whatnot. But yeah, there's going to be a lot going on here, both for wrestling and for gaming here coming up. But get that special K, yeah, I think so. I'm not a big breakfast the breakfasts I usually have are like omelets and like egg white omelets and whatnot. Try to save the cholesterol for that, but Yeah, might have to change a few things up here. Last night was a bit of an eye opener, to be perfectly honest. So, I swear if the BCC gets involved, Moxley versus Eddie Kingston, I'm gonna be. Nobody's allowed at ringside. You're fired if you show up ringside. No. Okay, potassium. But yeah, just. Oh, and don't forget, folks, we do have that channel goal down at the bottom. If you guys are interested to see me do one of those how Mike would book events, I want to see how much interest there really is. I don't know if we're going to get to the point total in a month. They only gave me a month as a goal total. But you can put your channel points towards that. And the higher we get up. Do you think Swerve is losing today? I don't know. I almost think this might end up in a draw, to be honest. It would make the final so anticlimactic. Or the final match for tonight, so anticlimactic. Because basically you're looking for... if you're Moxley, you're looking for a Strickland win here, then it's all straightforward and done for the most part. If you're a Jay White, you need Roosh to win this. How many draws can you get in the Blue League? Well, theoretically all 3, but... Like right now, there's a potential for 5 people to advance on in the blue side. Here they got 4 people. So in terms of a tournament like this, that's what you want going into your last week. You can get up to 4 people, 2/3 of your league able to get into the playoffs. And then it's like 86% of your group in the blue can make the finals going into Saturday. That is a hell of a setup for a tournament here. Yeah, so that's how it works. Roosh has to beat Strickland, and then White has to beat Moxley. So even if Moxley wins all the losers, he will still go through? If Moxley wins tonight, he's getting first no matter what, because he's beating everybody. If he loses and Roosh wins, then it becomes a 3-way tie, I do believe. Because a 3-way tie for second place. Then there's a whole bunch of craziness that could happen. For all I know, it could be time of matches, like how long the matches take. That's the thing about wrestling and wrestling promoters. They don't think about stuff like this as deep as most of us when it comes to wrestling. More likely because they already have it figured out exactly how they're going to break any ties or. If there's a 3-way tie. I don't know. Like, I'll be honest, I don't know. And I don't even know if TK's got a rule for that yet. It wouldn't surprise me if they had a 3-way having the set up on Saturday. Because they got Friday and Saturday, right? That they can use for situations like this. You want to increase the ratings for Collision, put an extra 3-way for a playoff spot on Collision. And then what you could do is, if you end up with a tie in the Blue League, put that on Dynamite. And then the semifinal could be on Rampage. Give you a reason to watch Rampage for once. I got a feeling it's not going to be that complicated. Ow! Strickland hit the back of his head on the ring apron. Could be out realistically. See how he's squeezing his hand? Like he bounced his head off the edge of the ring apron before he ended up on the ground there. So here's a question for you guys. Have any of you picked up AEW Fight Forever? I did pick up season 2. Yes, I know I'm a sucker. Well, I haven't got a chance to play it yet, but I get it now. So Moxley wins, he comes in first. If Swerve wins, he comes in second. Yeah. Basically, Swerve and Mox have the advantage going through here. Basically, you got Roosh and White that need help to get in. Oh, here comes the Meteora. Nope. Oh, hello. Kick out at 1. Oh, my God. Here we go. Almost starting to wonder if there's going to be an Ultimate Edition of Fight Forever with all the DLC. Otherwise, I'll wait till it's $20. Hey, Zodiac, I don't blame you. They do have an Ultimate Edition out now with, I believe, seasons 1 and 2 with it. But they were advertising an Ultimate Edition already. Bet if Moxley wins next week, he'll probably go to the ring and go face to face the person. Yeah, exactly. No, that's got to be it. All right, Swerve's in, Mox in. Well, Moxley could literally just walk out of his match and he'd still be... Yeah, it's all straightforward and done now. Oh, wait. My bad. I didn't realize he had 3 wins. And the screen just dies. So they were going to explain what the hell happens here. All right, my bad. So the only way for... the only thing they were saying is Roosh wins. He gets... if Roosh wins, he has to help Jay White wins to get some help to get in. But yeah, Swerve's in no matter what now. Mox is in no matter what now. Yeah, look at this. There's a way that if King wins, if Kingston wins, and then if oh geez, this is gonna be insane as setups. But all right, let me get back up here for the chat here. I thought we'd have at least one match scenario where someone is mathematically out of the tourney, then lose on purpose to screw someone. Like if Eddie was mathematically eliminated, he might lose on purpose to screw over Claudio or something like that. They do have that coming up here. Not today, but on Saturday. Daniel Garcia is out no matter what. Because I think Garcia's taking on King next week. So theoretically, Brody King could just walk out, make him, or Garcia could walk out on King and end up getting it into this theoretical three-way tie, right? That is going to be so much fun watching Claudio and Claudio Mox go at it. Or, sorry, Claudio and Danielson go at it there, but it's going to be fun here. And Jaeger, to your point, I was just thinking about this while we were getting that momentary break there. Something like that where somebody walks out, that's more of a, I hate to say it, but more of a North American thing. And Tony Khan's really tried to treat this like a sport where I don't think anybody would, I don't think anybody would screw anybody else out. Who do you think is going to be last two in the Blue League? I think it's going to be Danielson and Kingston. I almost have no doubt now at this point. So yeah, thank you for contributing to the How the Ref Would Book challenge. Appreciate it. We got up to 4,000 points now. I believe all 4,000 are yours. But I want to see how many points we can get. If we get enough points here before the month is out, I believe it's January 15th. They don't let me extend it any further than that. I want to keep it going, but if we get enough points here, I will be doing a special booking. One thing I hate to do is these what ifs very in detail, like how you would book X and Y or Z. Not that I can't, it's just I like to deal with present stuff, not theoretical what could have happened back when. But I do have a lot of thoughts about it, but either way, I'm going to tell you this. It'll be very informative and a lot of fun. So if you guys want to put in your channel points to the challenge, it is in the redemption screen at the bottom. So if you're watching on PC here. I honestly feel the way the setup's going to be, I do think it's going to end up being it'll end up being Kingston and Danielson next week on the one side. You're going to get Mox and Swerve on the other one. And hell, whichever way they end up lining it up, you're not going to get a bad matchup out of the whole thing, right? I would love to see Danielson put Kingston over. Just for the fact that he could... like, Kingston's already almost there, but the fact that he gets a big victory over Danielson the second time around, and the whole story behind the whole situation... it would just be fun to watch. Oh, here comes Jericho to say he's out of the title match.
Last week, on the Thursday after Dynamite, Kenny Omega ended up in the hospital after suffering the effects of diverticulitis. And as he shared on social media, we now have the news that Kenny Omega is out of AEW indefinitely. We don't know how long or how short that's going to be, but one thing that's affected
This really sucks.
Jets' opportunity to become the AEW Tag Team Champions by beating Ricky Starks and Big Bill at World's End. And while we decide what we're going to do in the meantime, the most important thing is Kenny's health. And I just wanted to let you know, right?
He can hear it from the back. I like that. Even Jericho's backstage promos take longer than expected.
We're pulling for you, Kenny. The AEW fans, as you can hear, the entire locker room, and most importantly, me. And take as long as you need, Kenny, to get healthy. But when you're ready to come back, we're all going to be here, and I'm going to be waiting for you. And the Golden Jets will lose it. But now, since it's time to bid you adieu, we now say good night and goodbye. Bang. But only for now. We're pulling for you, Kenny. We'll see you soon.
So that was the full promo segment that, yeah, Swerve won. So we're getting, we're going to get Swerve and it's either going to be Swerve Mox or Swerve Mox White. All depending on what happens coming up at our main event. There is a way we could get a 3-way for next week. And now we get the 5-6 match. The guys that cannot win no matter what. It's going to be interesting to see these two go at it just for the fact that they did go at it for the Jay Briscoe tribute match. Now it's going to be a little bit more relaxed, I think, than that match because, let's face it, Lethal had a hard time putting it together. I don't even want to think that deep yet. I still think Moxley's going to win. But I just don't... Who knows? As much as I don't think anybody's gonna bury anybody by getting pinned, whatever, like a lot of what people say online, you actually have to be you got to be a rough wrestler to, get buried by a pinfall. It's all about the booking. It's not like even right now. There's a story going on here with Lethal. Because if you haven't noticed over the last 4 weeks, this is the 5th week of round robin here. Every time Lethal's lost, Team Jarrett's come out and Lethal's sort of shrugged them off and just chased them away. And we lose signal again. Damn it, TSN, fix your cable. Pay your cable bill. It's close to Christmas. I know you got a lot of bills, but... Yeah, I got a feeling Briscoe's going to win this one just to get that story over with Lethal here tonight. Yeah, it's funny. Mark's always said that he will never ever sign up as a tag team wrestler ever again. He'll do 6-man and he'll do singles, but he will not do a tag team. His brother meant too much to him to do that. So, yeah, at this point, Swerve is second right now because he lost to Moxley. He's tied for first. If Moxley wins, then it's Moxley 1, Swerve 2. If Jay White wins, it's a 3-way tie for first. Everybody's beating each other, so I'm guessing a 3-way next week. Mark's loving that slap. We all love a good 3-way. Nice. So Moxley wins tonight. He faces the winner of the Blue League? No. No. I already said it. Next week. The top two in each division will face off next week in semifinals to go to the pay-per-view for the championship. So if Moxley wins tonight, it will be Moxley and Swerve next week. And if Jay White wins, it'll be Moxley, Swerve, and White, I do believe, in a three-way for that spot in the final on Saturday. My church giving away gifts to the people in the neighborhood. Oh, JJ, good for you to pop in. I appreciate you, and always grateful for you doing the yeoman's work there. Gotta ask everybody, how's your Christmas shopping going? Have you got everything purchased already? You know what? I'm not even worried about it right now, Callum. I'll let this one play out. We'll see how it works out. I'm not gonna get into predictions right now on that. There's too many different ways they can go on that. You're so screwed for Christmas shopping. Here's the thing for me, and I love this. This is a two-part answer. One, most of my Christmas gifts are already open to give it out already. Given out and open. Sorry, I guess the better word to put it. I've always been of the belief that if you could get somebody something early, get them to them early, and let them open it up and let them have it. If somebody else buys the same thing, it's theirs that they have to do the headache of sending it back and getting it all replaced and whatever. Mine. The other thing is, by birthright, I'm Ukrainian. So I do activate that clause of Ukrainian Christmas is January 7th, so I can use all the Boxing Day deals to get the gifts I want. My wife is getting a good gift, though. It won't be here on time for Christmas. I'm hearing that from a lot of people right now. Like, tomorrow night I will have one of, I'm hoping, as long as it's in my mailbox, one of my gifts to me this year for Christmas, I actually ordered it in October, just came in today. If you know the streamer Maximilian Dude, one of the top fighting game streamers around, he had these U2s set up. They're little stuffed dolls of his dog Benny before he passed away. And I actually ordered one for myself, so it just actually came in yesterday. Or came in the mailbox today. I typically ask people not to get me gifts. I have enough material things, just conversation. Yeah, I'm sort of the same way. I agree with you. I will. Sorry, I gotta hit the mute here. Let me catch up on this here. Myself personally, like I said, the biggest thing is you guys hanging out here. It's always appreciated. If you're willing to throw in a sub, I'm more than thankful to take it. Just so you know, from the 27th to the 31st, all gift subs are 25% off. So if you were thinking of doing that for a gift, let's do it next week during Dynamite. That way, you guys save yourself some money here. Let me get back here. Evdog. All the rest I got released at non-compete clause at midnight, so Ali can show up for the rep. Actually, no, he cannot appear live in a crowd until the actual contract's done. So he won't be on Rampage, that's for sure. I'll be perfectly honest, Evdog. I think Ali shows up as the devil whenever they decide to do the reveal, which more than likely will be at World's End, because if MJF's going to be out for a while, which theoretically that could happen here because of his torn labrum, I think they show him to vault somebody in there as that major heel, right? So, and then you can get Adam Cole back up and going after the devil in chivalristic nature to MJF. And a whole bunch of storylines you can play out of that. Oh, and Zodiac, it's youtooz.com, YOUTOOZ.com. Maximilian Dude had a limited edition Benny doll available there. So it was a pre-order last November, I think it was, October. So I actually pre-ordered it, and I just got notification. It's in my mailbox right now, so I got to go get it tomorrow morning. The MJF contract expires January 1st. I've heard it isn't. I've heard it is. I've heard so many different stories, one way or the other. And you know what? I'll believe whatever happens kind of thing. I'm not, like, we can sit here and speculate till the cows come home about who's available, who's not, what contract's available, what isn't. Here's the thing. AEW is a private company. They don't have to tell us a single thing. Like, they don't have to tell us anything in terms of revenue, expenses, contracts, anything. They don't have to say a word. WWE, under TKO and Endeavor, is a publicly traded company. They have to reveal all this stuff. The only reason you don't get specific contract details for wrestlers is, in terms of dates and whatnot, is there is a level of privacy that they're allowed in terms of information, right? Like even that confirmation that Charlotte's re-signed. WWE didn't throw that out. Medusa threw that out. Medusa mentioned it, and apparently it's supposed to be one of the bigger contracts in the history of WWE. Well, I guess the most expensive contract for any female wrestler in WWE ever. And apparently Mercedes Moné is doing the Kevin Nash deal of asking for even more than what their highest person gets, right? If MJF loses his world title, Samoa Joe, it's basically guaranteed. I don't think so, F-Dog. I really don't. He's got a freaking torn labrum. Do I think he'll eventually end up there? Absolutely. I don't think it'll be... I don't know whether it'll be this contract, next contract. Like, remember... He was supposed to face the devil. Oh my God, we're going to do the triple jump? Wow. And of course he's wearing a thunder cap. I love it. I don't know if you guys saw Ref Aubrey's Instagram earlier today. She came in early and she was wearing all her Sonics gear to the Oklahoma building here, the home of the Oklahoma City Thunder. If you aren't familiar, the Seattle Supersonics were moved to Oklahoma City because the owner couldn't get a building. And fans are... There was a famous... There was a really famous segment with Elias and Kevin Owens in Seattle when Elias brought up the... he brought up the Sonics and the place just booed him for a good 3 minutes. Also, the report Mickie James wanted to go back to WWE at the Royal Rumble. She wants to win the whole thing because she said hardcore... Like I said, Evlock, you can... Or F-Dog, sorry. Like I said before, there is million tons of... Like... The nature of wrestling, I will say this right now. If you are not getting paid to your ultimate amount, you are going to promote whatever you can to try to get yourself paid to that ultimate amount. I'll guarantee you 95% of wrestlers want to be part of the WWE right now. Whether it's a reality, whether it's not, and so many people are picking up these reports saying that they're all facts. They're not. let's call a spade a spade. They're not. Somebody's made a request, somebody's made a desire or something. Okay, fine. I'm one of these guys that would rather be surprised that something that was rumored actually showed up rather than trying to dig through so many dirt sheets to see somebody's really signed or whatnot. Sad there's no more Seattle Sonics, Montreal Expos, or Oakland A's. Absolutely, Jaeger. I will completely agree with you on that one. No way. Lethal hit the J Driller on Mark? There's no way Mark was going to stay down for that. Whoa.
But I'm better than you. And you know it.
23 months. Remember the game. Adam, how you doing, bud? I hate to spoil this for all of you, but I am the AEW Devil. Also, I'm winning the Royal Rumble and the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match next year. Let's go. If you're going to do this, do it all, right? It's just magic. There's that J Driller. And here's the, like I said, here comes the story.
But I'm better than you. And you know it.
Jaeger throwing up the Prime sub. Thank you. 18 months. I love it. How's life? Life's been okay. I had to cancel stream last night because, well, yeah, it seems like my potassium isn't exactly where it should be, and I was cramping up everywhere. So, but yeah, other than that, we got the ranking of our, you were on there for our 43 games that we played this year, and I decided to move locations here for tonight because, you know, try to move ourselves out somewhere here. These two guys are hella good friends too, by the way, if you didn't know. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun here, and Jewish Sports Hall of Fame. So him and Bill Goldberg have to be the only two wrestlers that are involved there. By the way, we are on the edge of a hype trade here, so I don't know if I've seen that in a very long time. So the real Triple Crown. Oh. But no, overall, just looking over this Continental Classic, it's a lot of fun. Pretend I would know that the Jewish Hall of Fame was still a thing, but good for... Yeah, you know what? Like, you gotta love when, you know, they find these other things that are important. And here's another thing about MJF in this position. With a lot of the controversy that's been coming up with the roll quarters bits and all that coming around. But... like Juice Robinson with the roll quarters the last time they were facing up with each other. That used to be a lot of heated discussion, I believe is the way to put it. Are we getting a commercial or are we getting... Oh, yeah, it is a commercial. Okay. Waiting to be donated to charity? Okay. I don't think... I hate phone keyboards. Hey, I don't blame you, my friend. I I'll be honest, the most of the time, the reason I lurk is because I can't type. When I lurk in most streams, like I know that there's a lot of people here that don't realize how many times I am in their streams. Like, remember the game, for example, I'm pretty much there every stream in the background. But I can't type word 2 cents, so I don't even want to try at this point. So, it's lurking yourself most of the time. I don't blame you. Like, I think, and I know a lot of people get upset over the fact that there are lurkers in the stream, but you know what? As far as I'm concerned, this actually, like, I want to remind everybody, the reason I got into this originally, into the gaming streaming and to get a little bit more serious on Twitch here, was to actually keep my commentary skills up for when eventually I was going back. And it's funny, my story is a little bit the same of, not to the same degree, but it's similar to what, remember the game had with his career when it comes to what he was doing. It ended up being that I'm just enjoying gaming so much. And like, if we want to talk wrestling, we just sit here tonight watching on the old boob tube and we chat together about it. And yeah, it's changed quite a bit. Mel, how the heck you doing, my friend? I hope everything's going well for you tonight. It's a fun Wednesday night here. Had a couple matches here on Dynamite already, talking about cramps, which is always a fun time as well. Talking about Christmas gifts, just how reliable the postal service is here. And yeah, just talk about lurkers versus viewers and so much controversy these days. I just go out and say, go enjoy what you're going to enjoy. Which, once again, if you want to talk about what you enjoy, Andre and Melwell's Wrestling Talk, if you hit up their YouTube channel, they got a lot of fun stuff talking about. They just came out with the last Real Canadian Wrestling show from last week. So, lurker is basically somebody who just pops on a channel. Like, for example, if you're on Twitch and you're just watching TV. It's basically what Astrid accuses me up of all the time because, because I don't say anything when I pop into her streams. A lurker is somebody who just sits there and watches, right? It's mostly what all of us introverts do whenever we're out in public, but it's more a Twitch. It's an official Twitch term now. Now this is weird. That's usually a lot of people. Like, they sit back and they just, people are enjoying talking. And getting back to the conversation there, I got into this originally because I was just trying to keep my commentary skills sharp. And when you're doing commentary, in many respects, you're not doing it to anybody. You're just by yourself and with a microphone and calling something that's in front of you. Now they're going through this story here. I really wonder who this is going to be. I would still love to see. That's the whole confusing thing to me as Zodiac here. I think he does drop the belt to Joe. If this injury is actually legit, which based on what we saw at Full Gear, because what he ended up doing was dropping an elbow off the top rope onto a broken announce table, because the announce table actually broke before hitting it there. So would be amazing to see Joe as a major world. I think, we have him as the TNA world champ, but that was before TNA became as big as it is now. I still don't think they have anyone locked in as the devil. They're just coasting to see how it shakes out and who's healthy when. I'm with you, Adam. Here's the thing. I got a sort of a caveat with that. I still feel that it's going to be the man known as Mustafa Ali right now till tomorrow. By the way, happy Christmas Eve to all wrestling fans who were waiting for all those released superstars from WWE to get out of their 90-day contract clauses. That's tomorrow.
Even though Roderick Strong may be the dimmest bulb on the Christmas tree, he brings up a good point.
Ha!
Week after week, we are assaulted by the devil, and it seems that our illustrious world champion isn't the only victim. As a matter of fact, for some odd reason, Hangman Adam Page was a victim.
I think they want the devil to be Cole, but the injury bugs are killing the storylines again. It wouldn't surprise me. I still want it to be Britt. To be perfectly honest, I want it to be Britt without Cole knowing it all. So then it throws an extra wedge into Cole being pulled in a different direction.
Conveniently on the ground. So once again, I have come here asking the right questions, maybe not to the right people. So that's why, MJF, why don't you come out here and answer a few questions for me right now?
So he's still trying to be convinced that MJF is the devil in this case. I still wonder about wearing those, about the bowl championships, right? Because they've almost forgot about the ROH tag titles at this point. Theoretically, it could be him because the attack amongst himself, we never actually got to see him attacked. Joey Samoa. That's enough to get your ass kicked.
You're accusing me of being the man behind the mask, the devil, is that correct?
Jelly Hope ends up being MJF and he goes heel again. I wouldn't mind that.
You know, that's really interesting, Joe, because
I'd almost like to see it with sort of a schizophrenia gimmick.
Joseph over here saying that he was going to protect me in our main event, going to Long Island for World's End for the world title. Matter of fact, Joe, if I recall correctly, I think you said verbatim, from henceforth, MJF, you are my property.
That is a very good rendition of Samoa Joe. I will get. No Show Joe? Wow. These fans are all over it.
Your property as much as you do about your diet.
Oh, God. Fat joke. Great. Samoa Joe, Jon Moxley. Hey, that's a great 3.
So I get jumped in the back, the goons surround the ring, but I don't recall them laying a finger on you, Joe.
Ooh. Here we go again.
So let's see. I don't like you. Now I don't trust you.
Makes sense.
I'm a little bit confused. Why am I waiting until December 30th at World's End? We're not gonna hit your world right now.
And Joe's like, no, 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 we're not going to have this. I wouldn't want to do this if I was him because he has everything to lose. Oh, Joe's going to be seething, but he ain't going to do nothing. Yeah, these are all jobbers. Oh, one guy lost his mask. Here come more. Makes sense that Moxley, Kicks, and Jay White win the tournament, but they're the only people in the tournament wrestle. It's true. Are they going to get the announcement tonight? Where can you go? My lovely, where can you go? Who can you trust next week? Will you accept the challenge? We had the challenge last week. Are you a hero? Oh, God. It's like a night of 1,000 stings, yeah. Wow! All right. So this is a way you get those titles off of MJF in 1 week. My prediction right now. Which is weird because they had the same challenge 2 weeks ago. But it was just a tag match that time. But this is a way to get those titles off them. It sucks that Adam Cole's not going to be involved. Theoretically, of course, based on whoever the devil is. But, you know, I digress at that point. And yes, technically Chris Statlander is a member of the Best Friends. Okay. Ah! Rocky's like, I didn't want to fight you. That's hilarious. Orange Cassidy just randomly just giving out title shots no matter what. No Mariah May tonight. Well, we're getting the women's match at the top of the hour for once. I'm actually happy about that. Popular demand? The human duplex machine. He ain't tall enough to be a duplex. The human apartment machine? I don't know, maybe. Toni Storm has a hell of a gimmick, I'll say that. Somebody who reinvented themselves from somebody who didn't and just hasn't. I'd almost have to say, in terms of disappointing signings, like if I had to come up with a disappointing signing for AEW, right here might be the number one for this year. Either you go Saraya or else even Miro's got a good story going right now. Except for the fact his wife's trying to cling for life in a Mexican hospital right now. Skin over rice pudding? I should start writing these down as notes. I gotta take this. She ain't dressed like a Mario brother. What? Yeah, Saraya's been lame. I'd like to see more Keith Lee too, but he's had a tag title run. Like, they've actually done stuff with him. Like, don't get me wrong, Saraya got that pop in Wembley for winning the championship, but it pretty much felt like one of the biggest duds. Period. Has Mariah even wrestled yet? No, she's had 4 weekly segments. This is the first week we haven't seen her on the TV, which we might still hear, depending on what happens at the end of this. She's been teasing with Renee that they have to find the perfect situation for her to have her match. But yeah, she hasn't had her quote-unquote official match yet. I did love listening to her on AEW Unrestricted last week. They had her as their guest on the podcast. She just moved to America, and the only two things she has right now in her apartment is a bed, a TV, and a PS5. Because Mariah May actually is a Twitch streamer as well. Hasn't done as much lately, but she talks about the importance of branding yourself. And are we going to be doing head scissors all the way around the arena? Why didn't the security guard just move? That has got, I don't care. When you're that light and you're getting thrown that easily, that's got to hurt. All right. Stone throwing it. Gotta love it when Tony throws it to commercial, right? But yeah, like, I think we all know that it's going to be Riho and Storm for the title on next Saturday. It's lining up perfectly to be that way. We got Strong and Kommander. Then our main event's going to be Moxley and Jay White. White needs to win it to get into the Continental Gold League final next week. Swerve's already punched his ticket earlier tonight. Did you guys see Del Rio wrestling in the gymnasium a couple weeks ago? That's what I feel about Del Rio doing that. He was coming into some, I think it was down in Mexico. I think there was maybe, for those that are around here locally, it was a, how do I put this? I was thinking more like a 2018 RCW crowd where you could actually sit there and count the numbers and, pass by it real quick. Just seeing McG in the Discord there commenting about the human duplex machine there by Toni Storm. I really appreciate how Toni Storm just has a lot. She's come up with so many imaginative things right now. And I think Toni has been a great get for AEW. It's just she hasn't had the opportunity to explore her opportunities and where she wants to go with it. Like, I get all the circumstances about what happened at All In at Wembley with allowing Sheeta to come in with the champion's pop at the show, and then Saraya winning the championship at the show, only to lose it shortly after. It just felt rotten. It isn't the fact that it was rotten. Like, it makes you wonder how Saraya got this match anyway. Like, a lot of it's just based on reputation, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Taz is awesome. $619 connecting. Oh, God. Saraya did a hell of a job trying to catch her there. Save up to 75% off? Okay. You got me interested. All right, how many people would pick up that dress-up shirt for Adam Copeland that they're showing right now? I don't think they make one big enough for me, so that's why I'm not too worried about. And getting back to AEW Fight Forever, I think we will do a stream with the second season, just to see if there's any kind of improvement there. There's also the Beat the Elite mode that's kicked in there now. For those that are fighting game fans, basically it's a tower mode now, where the Elite are the final bosses at the top of the tower. Wow. She had to tuck in a hurry there. Tuck her head right into the last second on that one. All right, I think that's going to be it. It should be it. Oh, no. Got to hit the knee to finish it. There you go. The mouse has done it again. Ruby looks sort of excited that happened. Yeah, she's done the Outcast Gauntlet, so that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, once again, if anybody wants to watch the pay-per-view with me here, I will be doing another sidecast for World's End. Probably starting around 5 o'clock Mountain. Because 0 Hour's always got like 4 matches that we're shocked we're going to get. Why is she wearing a red bathrobe? Opera glasses, really? Well, you know, this move pops everybody, right? Oh, got her in the face! Hit her in the face! Wrestling needs more top 80s gimmicks like... I knew she was coming out. Well, didn't I mention earlier, you know... Was it Mariah May? Where was Mariah May through all this? Now she shows up now? Oh, man. You see what she said? Who is that? Who is that? Star is the best thing in women's wrestling, and I have this feeling too many people are sleeping on. It's because they're sleeping on AEW's women's division, period. And I really don't blame them for the amount of care that Tony Khan gave it for the first 4 years. I honestly feel between now and Collision, like even Collision last week with the 2 matches that were on there, including that street fight with Willow and Chris Statlander versus Diamante and Mercedes. I heard that was an absolute barn burner of a match. I really do think that the women's division is developing. It's such a slow burn right now. And also depends, once again, until they get a deal. Oh. Oh, God. Sounds like his penmanship. Some English got mixed up there. Really? Boo. That look on Shivani's priceless. All right, well, show up on Saturday. Great. A no DQ match with Copeland and Christian. That should be fun. Oh, and now we got Next Strong versus Kommander. But Kommander had such a strong on Friday during the pay-per-view, the Ring of Honor Final Battle. I don't know how. Did you guys get a chance to check out Final Battle last week? If you didn't, I would suggest signing up for our Honor Club so you can. A pay-per-view of that caliber for $10 ended up being $10 Canadian. It was a pretty damn good show. And then that Billy Starks Athena match, like Billy Starks showed that she really did belong in ROH and at that top echelon, and she is going to be someone special here. So it's going to be interesting to see her here in Edmonton here, just over 4 weeks time here for LPW. So yeah, I would have to say the biggest news in wrestling locally is now we have a second local promotion that has now hit the interweb streaming services. Top Talent Pro Wrestling previously had a deal announced with Fight TV. Now Triller, I believe it's called. They get their shows are going up on their Fight Plus program. And then just announced this week, Love Pro Wrestling has become part of IWTV, one of the biggest indie networks for wrestling in the world. So, yeah, it's about time that, this local talent here up in Edmonton is getting to see what's coming down the pipe here in our area. Stuff I've been trying to promote since 2015 until the pandemic here. I was nose deep into it, but now it seems coming out of the pandemic, things have shot up to another level. So it's going to be interesting to see what things are like going forward here. And yeah, like having Billy Starks coming in, Jody Threat's coming in for the next Love Pro show. Top Talent, I do believe, is having Josh Alexander coming in. I believe that's in February. Top Talent runs every 2 months. Love runs every month, except for this month because it would have been the day before World's End, and nobody goes to shows on that at that time. So, but yeah, that pay-per-view, like, I really loved Shane Taylor and Keith Lee. Your meat division match there, it was sort of put in a bit of a cool down spot, just because there was so much action going on through the whole thing. You had that fight with honor and then fight without honor that just, I don't know, to be carried along a little bit. Make it a goal to see more indie wrestling in 2024. Comedy just seems to get in the way, but it's always so much fun. Here's a proposal for you, and I know that a lot of people haven't heard about Sunday, June. Sunday, January 21st is the Oil City Rumble at the Edmonton Oil Kings game. So, give me a Swerve MJF feud. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go with that. Ah, nice.
Funny you brought up those car rides back in the day, bro. They were amazing, right? You remember that 8 hours through the night at Ohio, New Jersey? It was magical. It was the best chauffeur I ever had in my life. Some of the best sleep on a road trip I ever got. That's because of you. Thank you, man. Matter of fact, let's go back to the interaction between you and William Regal years ago. Yeah, like, didn't you bring up an email about a tryout that you just failed at and couldn't do it? Turn you to the whiny little bitch champion that we see today?
Yeah, okay, here we go.
You're right. There are levels to this. You do tryouts, I sign contracts.
Wow.
How you talk to me? Oh, because the last person that did, I hung him outside the ring in front of 13,000 people by a chain. Solid monologue, bro. You're starting to get so good at talking again. Proud of you. You talk about Heyman an awful lot, though. It's almost obsessive. Now, it's funny you're talking about respect because I'm your world champion, kid. So I think you need to check your tone and watch your mouth. And when we're talking about your mouth, maybe you can show me some respect. Pull those hand-me-down Flavor Flav grills out of there. I'm not talking to me. But I do have a question for you. You know, I just find a couple things odd. Let me run them by you.
All right, we're getting another accusation here.
You hate Hangman. More than anything, you want to be AEW World Champion. It's not like you're begging in every single interview about it. It's not awkward at all. Don't worry about it. So, when I really think about it, I mean, why wouldn't you frame Hangman with a beer bottle? Why wouldn't you jump Hangman? Why wouldn't you consistently try to get inside my head and have your goons in the mobile rap scene continue to jump people left and right, creating a clear path for you to finally
Fair enough.
be a world champion, be on top like yours truly. So, Strick, are you the devil? A part of me really hopes so, man, because it's funny. You say this is your house. Well, check it. You're looking at the big bad wolf of professional wrestling. If I feel like it, I'll blow your house down. And then, while I'm at it, I'll break both your arms so you can always swerve while you drive.
Wow.
You keep waving that championship in front of my face, I'm gonna be the one to bring you hell. Well, what is all good on this side of the hood, my friend? You gentlemen look very, very busy, yeah? Well, me and my associate here, we have business elsewhere. Go handle it.
My personal belief right now is you're seeing the lineage of the AEW World Championship right there. My predictions for 2024, I'll just, I don't like doing these, but you know what? I'm a little excited about this. Here's my thoughts. Joe wins next Saturday. Then you have Joe lose it to Swerve, probably around Double or Nothing. And then you give me Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, main event, Wembley Stadium. You give me that timeline, and I swear, like, that just gives me goosebumps thinking about it. I'd love to see Joe versus Swerve. I love that shirt. I need to get that shirt. Just because we all know a great Adam here. He's in the chat too. I'm going to find that sound effect. That's the one thing I forgot to do this week. I wanted to get that Adam sound effect for whenever you pop in here. Stole my gimmick, yeah. Well, there's always ways to sue, right? I love how the fact that they're going to mention that, but they didn't mention he's on the... he was in the Survival of the Fittest match for the TV Championship. Because I will say that was pretty damn impressive too. Because he ended up doing a springboard Canadian Destroyer onto the eventual winner, Kyle Fletcher, who I am really happy to see Kyle Fletcher get the championship. Get the TV championship that Samoa Joe once had. Takes a small bit of the sting out of the fact of how Joe just gave up the title and said to hell with it. Now they bring it up. That whole match was amazing. Having Brian Keith have such a great showing on that card too. Like, it was actually pretty damn amazing. Like that whole card up top to bottom. I would say the only real ugly match was Tom Lawler versus Wheeler Yuta for the Pure Championship. Just didn't look like they were clicking on the same page there. Speaking over the top 80s, Abrahantes looking like he was suited up. His 80 tracksuit of Foot Locker. I will definitely give you that for one. What he reminds me of, and I know this is going to be a weird reference for a lot of people. It's either one of the costumes for Spider-Man 2. The only other comparison I have to it, Street Fighter 2010. It was the only Street Fighter game that ended up being a RPG beat 'em up. And it fooled a lot of people and pissed a lot of people off when they bought the game way back then. Basically, the story of Street Fighter 2010 was, it's set in the future, aka 2010. And aliens came and captured Ryu. So Ken had to travel from portal to portal, beating up all these people with a gun. Sounds like real Street Fighter to me. Ah, Cyborg Ken, that's right. I remember so many people being pissed off at that game because they went and bought it, think it was the newest fighting game, and found out it wasn't. Roddy is starting to look red already. This is early. Oh, that didn't work. At least he landed on his back, so he isn't. Doesn't help that it's mediocre too. Completely agree with you on that one there. Sort of like that Transformers game we played here last Thursday. Transformers Earthspark Expedition. Just finished editing that video and I'm still pissed off at. I will say I don't trade in many video games. I traded that one in. Because I just felt like I was completely cursed having it in my apartment. So I actually ended up trading it in and got pretty much what I consider it's not going to be the best game in the world, but it's definitely not going to suck as bad as that. Sonic Superstars. And yes, I'm using a green screen right now, so the part on the bottom that's green isn't going to be seen here, but Transformers Devastation you're talking about, Zodiac? I actually really enjoyed checking that one out. I don't have it anymore, but it was a pretty fun game. Cybertron Adventures. Okay. I'll have to take a look at it. Right now, my first goal is to pick up War for Cybertron, Fall for Cybertron. To me, those are like... It's basically Gears of War with Transformers. In my opinion, at least. And I grew up on Transformers, so that's why I was so gung-ho about it. But the last two Transformers games I've picked up, I've actually had to hand in. This one because it was an absolute disaster at the end. And that last RPG they had for Transformers, I'm not a JRPG guy. Like, God bless you guys for getting the Super Mario RPG remake. Even WrestleQuest, I tried. I'm just more of the kind of game where I need to beat people up, not try to strategize how to beat people up. I'm one of those guys that likes to beat them up in the moment. As we come back to from commercial break here. One game that I really like that I have here. Well, Cybertron Adventures is a rail shooter made by the same guys who make Super Mario Strikers, Wii Punch-Out, and Luigi's Mansion. Interesting. Might have to check that out. Yeah, I really got to take a look at developers from now on, because... Yeah, that Transformers game we played last Thursday, from the same developers that made DC League of Super Pets. Canadian developer as well. Okay, that a little bit of CanCon as well. So, because I do have my Wii sitting at my Wii level 1, so I can play GameCube and Wii games with it. So, I'll definitely have to check it out and see what I can do with it here. I do love the fact that I'm getting some time here to... Oh, here we go. I will say this, as much as when it comes to luchador wrestling and some of the styles that are in here, I don't mind that things look a little clunky at times. Because we've had like Kommander, like that last drop salt, as a lot of people would call it, just didn't look right. I don't mind a little bit of clunkiness in my wrestling. There's a difference between having some clunky spots and having a bad match. Everybody is so consistently into making sure that everybody is super clean, super crisp in everything they do. I don't mind a little clunkiness. As long as you're telling a good story while you're doing it. Very smart there. I haven't seen that done before. What is Taven doing? Jesus! I love the fact that Kommander's trying to tell Roderick to move, and Roderick's like, no, just freaking hit it. We'll move. I'll adjust as we go. Then almost gets kneed in the face. That's the thing I love about Kommander. Oh. Need to throw that out. Kommander's just like, you know what? Screw it. I'll hit all three of you with assault. Oh, nice high knee there. Perfectly timed. Did you see that flip? It almost looked like Kommander was doing a 720 in the air on that flip on the suplex. Jesus. Wow. Love Lucha Libre. Odd sloppy spot makes it seem more authentic. Absolutely. Match of the night so far? Absolutely. I think so. And it's amazing that a lot of the matches of the night that we get are based on literally having nothing at stake. It's just a random put two guys in the ring that can work and Renee! Yeah, but
Roddy, don't you think that if Joe was going to heed your advice, he would have done that by now?
now the crowd's doing it too. I love it. Hey, Ed, we're having a fun night tonight. This Continental Classic is turning into an absolute great event. We just literally had an awesome non-tournament match with Roderick Strong and Kommander. But yeah, we're having tons of fun here. Now we get to see the return of Thunder Rosa from Saturday. As Sky Blue does the heel turn. No, I hope everything's going well for you guys. Got a chance to check you out for your Marvel Talk Reborn that you did for Iron Man there. Oh, so we are going to get the tag. Okay, Julia Hart and Sky Blue versus Thunder Rosa Abaddon. Cage versus Lee. Okay, yeah. Meat division all around there. And CLB talking. Oh my God, they're actually defending the titles. The Acclaim turned into the Brock Lesnar title defenses lately. Claudio and Danielson. Oh man. Yeah, this is really exciting because Saturday night, if things go right, we could get a 5-way tie for first for the Blue Division, right? And the top two are supposed to be playing off in the semifinals. But tonight for our main event, it's straight up and simple. Moxley wins. It's a one-on-one next week between Strickland and Moxley. And if White wins, it looks like it's a triple threat between Jay White, Moxley, and Swerve. So Jay White's basically fighting for his way into the finals. Then Saturday, who knows what's going to happen. It's going to be all over the place there. But yeah, it's been I don't care what promotion you're talking about. You're talking about MLW. You're talking about TNA Impact. You're talking about WWE or AEW. Wrestling is feeding right now. It is feeding well. There's some stuff that sucks on all three, or on all broadcasts. There's some stuff that's absolutely really great. It's all about personal preference. And yeah, we've had some shows that have been absolute crap here that we've been watching. But there's some matches that are absolutely pardon the pun, Dynamite here tonight over the last while. And this whole Continental Classic idea, I do hope that they keep it up as an ongoing thing, because the way things have been going on with it right now, it seems like it's been running really, really smooth. And it seems to get a lot of people excited. And everybody was talking about you're not going to get many stories when you're dealing with a tournament like this. And I think Tony Khan has turned around and said, no, my friend. You come watch what a tournament's actually all about, and you will see clearly what we're going to get here. So, AEW Aquaman commercial representing how many people will actually be in a real theater for it. I don't know. I'm actually looking forward. Aquaman's probably one of my favorite DC movies, period. I don't care about the behind the scenes political crap. I get the whole Jonathan Majors being fired. It's no different than Don Cheadle coming in as Iron Patriot. Yeah, it is amazing that wrestling's getting in the way that it is right now. Like, I'm just happy to pick a horse and run with it right now here on stream. I don't know if I'd actually expand to do much more than this, because I do love the video games now. I definitely do. I had the bug when I was a kid. I was a bug about 10 years ago, and now back to it. I don't know if I could get away from it. Even today, I was feeling sicker than a dog, but I'm still sitting here playing MLB The Show in the afternoon while I'm editing some videos. All right, here we go. Main event time. So Shivani's last thing he gets to say tonight was about the Christian Cage announcement. He was so sad, so sick of having to do it, he wasn't able to continue. Sucks that Juice Robinson's out with an injury right now, but wish him the best of recovery. At least he's got somebody great to keep him going there at home with Toni Storm. Not to mention that everybody in here, Moxley and White both have worked New Japan. I will still say this. Ricky Vaughn is still the only person that I want to see come out the Wild thing. But I'd like to see Ricky Vaughn get this kind of reaction, though. Every single time. I know in Major League the stadium was wobbling as you're going, but... So, chat, I have to ask you, because I'm trying to work on this right now. I know I asked this earlier, but I'd like to ask again. What do you guys think about the different background here? I'm thinking about maybe getting a bit of an animated background moving forward. Instead of showing my apartment for these, I wanted to see if I could try the green screen and see how it works. Thank God for the Elgato face cam here. So, like the new background? Nice. I'm thinking about maybe doing, like I said, I might actually get an animated background done up. Like maybe get the cameras flashing in the background or something. But I want to see what you guys think about it. That's all. We're gonna have the We're going to have the regular background for my gaming streams here as of right now. Man, he's using up the whole song tonight. If it's animated like it once every 15 minutes, you're saying constant could be too straight. Okay, fair enough. I just might need to make a different one up here because if you didn't know, this is a ringside view from a WWE show. I don't know if you can notice that on the turnbuckles there, but I will fix up the desk though, just in case you're wondering. I will, like that coffee cup's great, but I'd love to have one of mine on there. So, if you guys don't know, TK did announce a 5-minute overrun yesterday, so we can account for the 5 minutes left in the... it's only 15 minutes here, and they should get 20. Ha! Moxley just said, "Nope, we're not fooling around here. Let's go for it." So he goes from a Death Rider to a pile driver. God, I love how smooth Moxley is. You know what? As much as I hate all the blood and violence that he does, when you just get Moxley in there just fighting, like just straight up wrestling, he still is one of the best. Technically wise, I don't think he'd, overtake Danielson, but I think he could hold up fair well. That was a little ugly. Watch Moxley kick out Jay White's finisher at 1. Wouldn't surprise me. We've seen that a couple times here tonight with a bunch of the different wrestlers. Oh, very... Love that they're actually going to give White some offense here. Let him actually get something here. Imagine the Blade Runner reversed in the paradigm shift. I would love to see it just because... Well, that Blade Runner, I believe that Mr. Moxley has dealt with the Blade Runner before. Because if you don't remember... It's basically the Blade Runner was the Bray Wyatt's finisher as well. I hope we get Bryan Danielson one-on-one match here in Edmonton. I saw him live once, big arena brawl shit show, and I'd love to come. Yeah, because you were there for Double or Nothing that one year in the Anarchy in the arena match down in Vegas. That's what I remember. So yeah, I'd love to see him one-on-one here in Edmonton in May. So what's the difference between a Death Rider and a Paradigm Shift? All right, well, originally it was because in North America you didn't want to call anything a Death Rider just because it had the bad juju with it, according to your TV deals. But now, basically with a Paradigm Shift, it's the double arm DDT. With a Paradigm Shift, it's almost like a brain buster kind of thing with the, like he gets you higher and drops you rather than just dropping you down. At least that's what I've noticed. If he's doing the Death Rider, it's more like a brain. It's like a 2-arm brain buster. Moxley's got a bad knee. Oh, God. This will be fun. We're not going picture-in-picture? Okay. They said picture-in-picture. I thought they... No, I decided to go full commercial. God damn it, TSN. Someday TSN will figure this stuff out. I don't know when. But yeah, as this is the last real commercial break as we're going along here, I sure as hope there's not a pinfall here. As we get into our last commercial, I just want to round up what we're going to be doing for the rest of the week here. Tomorrow, there's a little bit of a change up here. I really don't know what we're playing yet. I'm going to be meeting up with Kayla J tomorrow. We're going to be playing something. She told me she's really excited about this game, and she's looking forward to it. And I just messaged her back what game and what time. So she hasn't told me, so I don't know what we're doing yet. Friday, I'm going to try and get on here to get that fighting stream in. I'm either going to do that or a sports stream on Friday here. Saturday, it's Festivus. We got to do some beats. So probably after the Bills, well, either after the Bills beat the Chargers or they've beaten up the Chargers so bad that they're never coming back. We'll be on with, I don't know if we'll go Smash Brothers or we're going to go Street Fighter. All depends when we get in on Friday. And then Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I'll probably be on Christmas Day for sure. Christmas Eve will be more of a, let's see how work goes that day, during the day. But then we'll be back Boxing Day, and then we'll be back Boxing Day. The next Wednesday's AEW Dynamite. Thursday, and then Saturday we'll be back with World's End. And we might do New Year's Eve. I'm not sure yet. We'll play it by ear here right now. I do know that January 1st, we are going to be starting our new schedule here with Horizon Zero Dawn for our Monday game. Plan is right now we're going to do Horizon Zero Dawn, followed by Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which we should pretty much run into the same timeline with each other. Because that game comes out February 2nd, and it should take us about, I'd say, a month to a month and a half to get through Zero Dawn. And then after we're done Kill the Justice League, by popular demand, and for many people asking, well, unless something drastically changes, we'll be into Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know what Siri decided to show up for. But Tears of the Kingdom will be third on the docket here for next year. Plus, we got our Thursday games as well, so we're all over the place here, but stay tuned to the socials. I'll keep you guys up on track with that. This is... Moxley's pissed because he wants him to hit him. That's the one thing I've always worried about with Jay White. A fight with Mox, it's like 3 punches versus 1. How's the Dynamite stream been going? It's been going very good here tonight, Crowder. We got basically Swerve Strickland worked his way to the finals. If Moxley wins this match, it'll be a singles match with him and Swerve next week. If Jay White ends up winning, it'll be a triple threat next week between Strickland, Mox, and White. Riho booked herself a title match after being Saraya. And then probably the match of the night so far, we had Roderick Strong defeat Kommander with a hell of a backbreaker. Gave me shades of Reed Matthews on Sid Greed at Clandestine 1 with a suplex into a powerbomb. And the green screen effect, thank you, I appreciate it. It's all thanks to the Elgato face cam. Just picked that up a couple weeks ago here, and its AI technology is allowing me to do this. And I randomly threw up this picture of a ring. I might have a different one here next week. Yeah, face cam sells, absolutely. The only thing I'm waiting for now is the prompter. Once it's available, that's the last piece of equipment I'm going to be looking for. I need the prompter for a couple projects I'm going to be working on next year. AKA if you guys see the goal on the bottom there, the points goal, you can actually donate your points to the cause. If I end up getting... I haven't been able to yet. They're sold out. Jay White's so freaking smart sometimes. It's currently out of stock, so once it's back up, I'm probably going to order it. So, but yeah, if you guys go check down in the channel points redemption section, we do have a group goal of how the ref would book those booking videos. I will actually do like a beta, a formal YouTube video booking a scenario that you guys would like to see me rebook. There you go. There's your reversal. We were talking about it earlier, how you do the reversal. I'm assuming that wasn't a Blade Runner, that was Sister Abigail he kicked out of. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. This week it's been 1 year since Brody Lee's been gone. I think it's 1 or 2 years. It's been way too long regardless. Spoiler, Max is going to bleed. Mox is going to bleed. 3 years, okay, yeah. Thank you, Crowder, for correcting that there. Yeah, because that was just at the start of the pandemic, that's right. You gotta love when you have an entire crowd into a match the way these ones are. I know they haven't been getting the crowds that people expect, but at the same time, I'd rather have, like, out of nowhere, I'd rather have 3,000 fans that are into it than 10,000 fans that aren't. As we're going into overtime here.
Already earned his spot in the semifinals. Can Jay White join him with a victory here? Kiwi Crusher is going to get him here. Jay White, the cover, and Moxley.
Wow, okay, here we go.
Minutes elapsed right now. These two men are just battling in this Continental Classic. And remember, a 20-minute time limit on the Gold League match. All the other group stage matches. A draw here does Jay White no favors.
Yeah, so Jay White needs an actual victory here. And Moxley just said nope. Another lariat counter. Stomp. It's crazy the art of the pandemic is almost 4 years ago now, yeah. White won it! Wow! Wow! Wow. So everybody beat each other, so then they get the three-way. Yeah, okay. So we theoretically could get a five-way here, and then Danielson would be out. Or no, who would be? Brody would be out. Because it's head-to-head against everybody else. Do or die here for Kingston. All right, this is going to be fun. Swerve pins White for the win in the three-way, you think? Wouldn't hurt my feelings. Basically, anybody who wins in this match will not hurt my feelings. I would love to see it be the Kingston Moxley match that they were talking about. But it wouldn't hurt my feelings if Swerve got there, White got there, and any of those five on the other side. Well, of course Swerve's got to come out and make an appearance. Oh, that's going to be a fun match to watch next week. Swerve ain't coming out to confront. He's just coming there to say hello. Triple threat, yep. Yeah, there is one tiebreaker involved. It's head-to-head. So if everything's tied after that, then you have to have the extra match here with everybody involved. So, all in all, an excellent night of Dynamite once again. Like, the momentum they're getting here for all these great matches that have been going on just seems to be second to none right now in terms of the run that they're having. And I'm looking forward to see what's going on next week. And then, once again, a reminder to everybody, we will be having the Sidecast for World's End. So you guys can stop by and say hello and enjoy the pay-per-view with us here. Everything's been really smooth with this tournament, I find. There hasn't been anything that's been real bad story about it. It sucks that we got Briscoe and Lethal Lethal's the only guy that didn't get a win through the whole thing, but I'm hoping they turn that into something. If they get a chance to do that, that'd be great. But we'll see what happens there. And in terms of the women's division, you got Thunder Rosa returning, as well as you have Riho versus Toni Storm coming up at the pay-per-view, which it's a different matchup. So I think that Toni Storm's going to win it, but I like the fact that they're trying to use different people and not just the same tired and true methods in terms of finishing everything up here. So, and yeah, best match of the night, just throw two guys together with Roderick Strong and Kommander, and it ends up being just, a drag out, knockout, absolutely fantastic match overall. And the promo at the end had a little bit to be desired, but to me, I don't think that would have been too much of a headache. So, but yeah.